Good afternoon. My name is Alina Shaltsova. I am an immigration attorney from Brooklyn, New York. In today's video, I would like to provide you some updates regarding policy changes in immigration law. So from now on, basically, the President Trump administration announced that violations of immigration law not only will cause you to be deported, but will also cost you money. To be fair, the sanctions for violations of certain immigration norms were always in the laws, but they were not enforced. Now we see a different picture. For example, recently there was a case of a woman reported, a woman from Honduras, I believe, who was told that she is fined $300,000 for failure to comply with the removal deportation order. $300,000. Actually, it was like $314,000. There was somebody else, I do not remember where that person was, who was allegedly fined for $100,000 and more. So those fines are hefty. Okay, there are also civil penalties for violation of voluntary departure orders up to $5,000 that the administration said will be enforced. In addition, recently, administration also issued a memo stating that from now on, they will really focus on enforcing affidavit of support obligations. Affidavit of support is a contract between the government, the petitioner or joint sponsor, petitioner sponsor and a joint sponsor sometimes, and the intended immigrant that states that if that immigrant is going to use public benefits, the petitioner, the sponsor, or the joint sponsor will be responsible for the costs incurred on behalf of the government. Public benefits may be non-emergency Medicaid, for example, food stamps, cash assistance. I believe there are some other benefits that will qualify for under affidavit of support obligation. So basically what I believe may happen nowadays is that the government will implement procedures as to how to go after people who are sponsors and joint sponsors, how to detect sponsors and joint sponsors whose people for whom they submitted affidavit of support used public benefits, and how to sue them and collect the money. And if, as you can imagine, if we're talking about Medicaid and non-emergency Medicaid, it also will be hundreds of thousands of dollars, or at least tens of thousands of dollars that we're talking about, because one night in the hospital may cost you over $10,000. So this is something that I believe you should be aware. I'm not sure how exactly it will be implemented regarding the civil penalties situation, because immigrants usually don't have much money, and fining them $100,000, it's something unrealistic to begin with. But I'm not sure if, because I've never had to deal with that, if the debt potentially can be passed on to family members. I have no idea, but that's something that's happening, and you should be aware of that, something to take into consideration. And you can learn more about various updates in policy shifting on our website www.shaltsova.com.